Hello friends, this is Ayush and in this video we'll be discussing quant section of CMAT 2018 slot second paper. This video will have questions from the chapters probability, number system, search, time and work, time speed distance, mensuration and geometry. A total of 13 questions will be there in the video. So let's begin with the same. Here's question number 1 on the screen. It's a question from probability. So the question is, what is the probability of getting a 9 or a 10 in a single throw of two dice? So what I'm doing is I'm throwing two dice together. Let's talk about the favorable cases of sum as 9. For getting the sum as 9, the favorable cases can be 6 3, 5 4, 4 5, or 3 6. So a total of 4 favorable cases are possible when I'm talking about the sum to be 9. And for the sum to be 10, the cases can be 6 4, 5 5, or 4 6. That means a total of 3 favorable cases are there when I'm talking about the sum to be 10. So total favorable cases that we'll have is 7. Okay, talking about the total cases when I'm throwing two dice together will be 6 into 6, that is 36. So if I'm talking about probability, the favorable cases are 7 and total cases are 36. So probability will be 7 upon 36. So for question number 1, the correct answer is option B, 7 upon 36. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 2 is on the screen. It's a question from mensuration. So let's start with it. The length of a room exceeds its breadth by 2 meters. So what I'm doing is I'm assuming the breadth to be of x meter. The length will be of x plus 2 meters. Right. Now if the length is increased by 4 meters, so length is further increased by 4 meter, you can say length is x plus 6 now, and the breadth is decreased by 2 meters, so breadth is x minus 2 now. The area remains the same. For calculating the area of a rectangle, the formula is L into B. So in the first case, area was x into x plus 2, and in the second case, area will be x minus 2 into x plus 6. So on opening the brackets, I'll have x square plus 2x equal to x square plus 6x minus 2x minus 12. X square से x square will get cancelled out. This 6x minus 2x is 4x minus 12 equal to 2x. So 2x equal to 12 or x equal to 6. So what we have done is we have got the value of x from the equation. Now try to get the answer. Find the surface area of its wall if height is 3 meters. Now initially the breadth was of 6 and the length was of x plus 2, that is 8 meters. When I'm talking about the surface area of walls, total surface area of walls is given by twice of L plus B into H, right? So that is 2, L is 8 plus B is 6 into H is 3, right? So that will be 2 into 14 into 3, which is a total of 84. So the total surface area of all the four walls together will be 84 meters square. For question number 2, option D, 84 meters square is the correct answer. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 3 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. A bus covers first 50 kilometers. So what I am doing is I am dividing the distance as first 50 kilometers in a duration of 40 minutes. Okay. Then the next 50 kilometers at a speed of 2 kilometers per minute. That's 2 kilometers per minute. And the last 30 kilometers at a speed of 1 kilometer per minute. So first of all, let's try to calculate the time. If in 1 minute you are covering 2 kilometers, for 50 kilometers we will be taking 25 minutes. And if we are covering 1 kilometer in 1 minute, for 30 kilometers we will be taking 30 minutes. As we know that the formula for average speed is given as total distance upon total time. And in this case, the total distance is 50 kilometers plus 50 kilometers plus 30 kilometers upon total time taken is 40 minutes plus 25 minutes plus 30 minutes. So that will be a total of 130 kilometer upon 40 and 30, 95 minutes. Now to convert this minutes into hours, what I'll do is I'll divide it by 60 to we'll have 130 kilometer upon 95 into 60, and the unit will be now kilometer per hour. If I'm canceling, I'll cancel it by 5. I'll have 12 and I'll have 19. So it will be 130 into 12, that is 1560 upon 19, which on solving will give us 82.10 kilometer per hour. So for question number 3, the correct answer is option C, 82.1 kilometer per hour. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 4 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. It's a question from number system based on the concept of HCF and LCF. Three wheels making 60, 36 and 24 revolutions in a minute will start at a certain point in their circumference onwards when they'll come together in the same position. So what we are being given upon is that there is wheel 1 which is making 60 revolutions in 1 minute, that is 60 seconds. So for one revolution it is taking 1 second. For wheel 2, that it is having 36 revolutions in 60 seconds. So for one revolution it is taking 60 upon 36, that is 5 upon 3 seconds. And let's talk about wheel 3. It is making 24 revolutions in 60 seconds, which is like one revolution is 60 upon 24, that is 5 upon 2 seconds. So the individual time taken by wheel 1, 2 and 3 is 1 second, 5 by 3 second and 5 by 2 second to complete one revolution. For all of them to be together at the same position, the time required can be calculated by calculating the LCM of the three values. So for calculating the LCM of the three values, since they are in fraction, what we'll do, we'll calculate the LCM of numerator, that is 1, 5 and 5, and we'll calculate the HCF of denominator, that is 1, 3 and 2. So LCM of 155 is 5 and LCM of 132 is 1. So they'll take total of 5 seconds to be back at the same position. So for question number 4, option B, 5 seconds is the correct answer. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 5 is on the screen. It's a question from mensuration. Let's try to solve it out. If the height of a right circular cone is increased by 200%, right? Okay, fine. So initially we are having the height to be h, and now it is okay. To be on the safer side, let's take it to be 100 initially height, and now the height has increased by 200%, so it has become 300. If the base is reduced by 50%, so I'm assuming the base to be radius of the base to be 100 initially, and now it is 50. You have to calculate the change in volume. So volume initially was 1/3 pi r square, that is 100 square, into h, that is 100. So on calculating the value, I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pi upon 3. Right now, if I'll calculate the value of the volume, that will be 1/3 pi r square, that is 50 square, into h is 300. So what I'll get is 50 square is 2500 into 300, 75 00 and 00. 1, 2, 3, 4 pi upon 3. So as we can see, there is a reduction of 25 00 pi upon 3 over a value of 1 000 pi upon 3. So to calculate the percentage change, what we'll do is we'll multiply the fraction by 100. This 00 zeros will get cancelled out. Pi by 3 pi by 3 will get cancelled out. This is 1 and 4. So it will be 100 by 4. That's 25%. So we can see there is a reduction of 25% in the volume of the cone. So for question number 5, the correct answer is option B, decreases by 25%. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 6, it's a question from search, very easy question. The only thing that we need to take care of is that we have to start solving this search from the innermost value. So first of all, what I'll be doing is this 188 plus root of 51 plus root of 169. First of all, I'll be solving this 169 wala value. So as we know that root of 169 is 13, I'll put the value, it's root of 51 plus 13. If I'll add them, I'll have root of 188 plus root of 64. And as we know that root of 64 is 8, I'll put the value 188 plus 8, that will be root of 196. And as we know that the root of 196 is 14, the answer will be 14 in this case. So for question number 6, option D, 14 is the correct answer. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 7 is from geometry. What is given to us in the question is that there is a figure with PQ as the diameter of the circle. Okay. Angle PQS, this angle is given to us as 35 degree. And we are supposed to calculate this angle QRS. We need to calculate this. So before calculating this angle, what we can do is we can use this property of PQ being the diameter. There is a slight construction which is required in this case. What I am doing is I am joining this PS. So on joining PS, what I'll come to know is that since PQ is the diameter, so angle PSQ is an angle in diameter in a semicircle which is 90 degree. Property of a circle states that any angle in a semicircle is always right angle. So considering the triangle PSQ, I've got one of the angles as 90, I've got the other angle as 35 plus angle SPQ equal to 180. So on solving, I'll get angle SPQ as 55 degree. So we have got the value of this as SPQ as 55 degree. Now considering SQ to be a chord, we can say that angle SPQ and angle SRQ are the angles in same segment, which are always equal. They are the angles in the same segment, so they must be equal. So angle SRQ will be equal to SPQ, which is equals to 55 degree. So this angle will be 55 degree. So for question number 7, the correct answer is option A, 55 degree. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 8 is on the screen. It's again a question from search only. So let's try to figure it out. The question says that x equals to 5 की power 1 by 6 and y equals to 4 की power 1 by 5. Now in order to solve and in order to compare these two values, what we can do is we can take the highest common factor of the powers, that's 1 by 6 and 1 by 5. If we'll take their HCF, we'll find the value to be 1 by 30. So what I can do in case of x is this x 5 की power 1 by 6 can be written as x 5 की power 5 by 30 and this y 4 की power 1 by 5 can be written as 4 की power 6 by 30. So what next I'll do is I'll take this 5 की power 5 in bracket and I'll say it's power 1 by 30 and this will be 4 की power 6 power 1 by 30. On solving 5 की power 5, I'll get 3125 की power 1 by 30 and on solving 4 की power 6, I'll get 4096 raised to the power 1 by 30. As we can see, the powers in both the cases are same. So higher the base, higher will be the value. On comparing, we can easily say that y is greater than x. So for question number 8, the correct answer is option B, y is greater than x. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 9 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. It's a question from mensuration again. The area of a triangle metal plate. So here we have a triangular metal plate with a base as 88 and the altitude as 64. Right? It is reduced to 1/4 of its original by making a whole of circular shape. We are making a whole of circular shape. Because of this, the area of the remaining triangle plate is reducing to 1/4 of the original. Right? So what we can say is that area of circle is equals to 3/4 the area of triangle because remaining portion is 1/4. Now area of circle is pi r square and putting the value of pi as 22 by 7, we'll get 22 by 7 r square which is equals to 3 by 4 and area of triangle is calculated as 1 by 2 area base into height is 64. So r square will be equals to 3 upon 4 into 1 upon 2 into 88 into 64 into 7 upon 22. 22 say if I'll cancel 88, I'll get 4. 4 say I'll cancel 4. Right? This will be 1 and this will be 32. So I'll have r square as 32 into 3 into 7. Right? So taking the value of r square as r will be root of 32 into 21. Further, this 32 can be written as 16 into 2, and taking 16 out of the root, I'll have 4 and root 2 will be left in it. So it will be 4 root 42 will be the correct answer for the value of radius of the circle. So for question number 9, option D, 4 root 42 is the correct answer. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 10 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. It's a question based on surds. So what we'll do is, it is given as root of 2 plus root 3 upon 2 minus root 3. Now in order to solve this, what I'll do is, I'll rationalize this term by multiplying it by 2 plus root 3 in the numerator and denominator. Right. So what we'll have is root of 2 plus root 3 ka whole square upon 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3 is a plus b, a minus b, which is a square minus b square. So this will be in the numerator 2 plus root 3 ka whole square. On solving will give us 2 ka square is 4, root 3 ka square is 3 plus okay, fine. Rather than solving this, what I'll do is, it's let it be 2 plus root 3 whole square only, and in the denominator I'll have 4 minus 3, that's 1. So ultimately it will be root of 2 plus root 3 ka whole square. Now this square and root will get cancelled out. I'll get the result as 2 plus root 3. As we know that the value of root 3 is 1.732. So on adding, we'll get the value as 3.732, which will be the correct answer for this question. So for question number 10, the correct answer is option D, 3.732. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 11 is on the screen. It's a question from time and work. So let's try to solve it out. If 26 horses or 20 bullocks eat up the fodder stored in 170 days, from this statement we can see that the fodder eaten by 26 horses is equal to that of 20 bullocks. So on comparing, I'll get the value of B as 26 upon 20 H, which will be equal to 1.3H. Now what is being asked to us is, in what time 10 horses and 8 bullocks will finish the same quantity, right? So first of all, in the first cases, I'm taking 26H completing the whole quantity in 170 days. For the second case, I'll have 10H plus 8B completing the same in, let the number of days be D. So I'll have 26H into 170 equal to 10H be 10H and 8. B ko I'm putting 1.3H. So 8 into 1.3 is 10.4H into D. So it will be 26H into 170 equal to 20.4H into D. To calculate the value of D, I'll write 26H into 170 upon 20.4H. This H and H will get cancelled out, right? On removing the decimal, I'll put a 0 in the numerator. So on solving this, I'll get, by cancellation, I'll get the answer as 216.67 days. So for question number 11, the correct answer is option D, that is 216.67 days. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 12 is on the screen. It's a question from time, speed, distance with the concept of boats and streams in it. So let's try to figure it out. A boat covers 24 kilometers upstream and 72 kilometers downstream in 8 hours. Now, as we can see in the question, the speed of boat and that of the stream is not given to us. I'm assuming the speed of boat to be x and that of stream to be y. So upstream may, since the boat is going against the stream, the speed will be x minus y, and downstream may, since the boat is going with the stream, the speed will be x plus y. While traveling 24 kilometers upstream, the time taken is 24 upon x minus y. plus traveling 72 kilometers downstream, the time taken is 72 upon x plus y. The total time taken is 8 hours. What I'll do is I'll take 24 common from the numerator. I'll be left with 1 upon x minus y plus 3 upon x plus y. Taking this 24 on the other side, I'll have 8 upon 24. That's 1 upon 3. Right? Let's try to frame the second equation. The second equation is 48 kilometers upstream. So that's 48 upon x minus y plus 108 kilometers downstream. That's 108 upon x plus y equal to 14 hours. Taking 12 common, I'll have 4 upon x minus y plus 9 upon x plus y equal to 14 upon 12, which is 7 upon 6. So now I've got two equations in terms of x and y to solve and to get the value of x and y. Now what it can be done is we will assume 1 upon x minus y equal to a, 1 upon x plus y equal to b. So the simplified two equations that I'll get is a plus 3b equal to 1 by 3 and 4a plus 9b equal to 7 by 6. I'll multiply the first equation by 4. So I'll have 4a plus 12b equal to 4 by 3 and 4a plus 9b equal to 7 by 6. On subtracting the two, 4a and 4a will get cancelled out. I'll have 3b equals to 1 by 6. This will give me the value of b equals to 1 by 18. On putting the value of b, I'll get a plus 3 into 1 by 18 equals to 1 by 3. So a plus 1 by 6 equal to 1 by 3. A equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6, that's equals to 1 by 6. And as we know, a equals to 1 upon x minus y. So 1 upon x minus y equals to 1 by 6. I'll get x minus y equal to 6. Also b equals to 1 upon x plus y. So 1 upon x plus y equals to 1 by 18. X plus y equal to 18. Adding the two equations, I'll have 2x equals to 24 or x equals to 12. Putting the value of x in the first equation, I'll have 12 minus y equal to 6, y equal to 6. So we have got the value of both the speed of boat and the stream is 12 and 6. So for question number 12, the correct answer is option A, that's 12 km per hour and 6 km per hour be the speed of boat and stream respectively. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 13 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. It is given that working together, Rakesh, Prakash, and Ashok can finish the same job in an hour. Right? The time is not given to us. Rakesh is there, Prakash is there, and Ashok is there. Fine. If Prakash works for an hour and then Ashok works for 4 hours, the job will be done. So the job that was done by Rakesh plus Prakash plus Ashok in 1 hour is same as the job done by Prakash plus 4 hours of Ashok. So if I'll solve the equation, P se P will get cancelled out. A on taking on the other side, I'll have R equals to 3A. This proves that the efficiency of Rakesh is thrice the efficiency of Ashok, and the time taken by Rakesh will be 1/3 the time taken by Ashok. So I'm assuming Ashok is taking X hours, Rakesh will be taking 1/3 the time, that is X by 3. And if Rakesh can do the job an hour quicker than Prakash, so Prakash will be taking 1 hour more than Rakesh, that's X by 3 plus 1, which is equals to X plus 3 by 3. Now, as we know that the three working together can complete the job in 1 hour, so the work done by Rakesh in 1 hour will be 3 upon X plus Prakash in 1 hour will be 3 upon X plus 3 plus Ashok in 1 hour will be 1 upon X, and the total work done in 1 hour is 1. So on solving the equation, I'll have 3 upon X plus 1 upon X is 4 upon X plus 3 upon X plus 3 equal to 1. Taking the LCM to be X into X plus 3, I'll have 4X plus 12 plus 3X equal to 1. On cross multiplying, I'll have 7X plus 12 equal to X into X plus 3. X square plus 3X equals to 7x plus 12. Taking all the values on one side, I'll have x square minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. On splitting the middle term, I'll have x square minus 6x plus 2x minus 12 equal to 0. Taking x common, I'll have x minus 6 plus 2 common, I'll have x minus 6 equal to 0. Finally, I'll have x minus 6 x plus 2 equal to 0. On solving, I'll get x equal to 6 and minus 2. Since the time taken by Ashok cannot be negative, so we'll ignore the value x equal to minus 2. We'll get x equal to 6 as the correct answer. The time taken by Ashok, we assumed it to be x and we are getting the value of x at 6. So the correct answer for question number 13 will be option D, that is 6 hours. So with this, we are done with the 13 questions of the topic as mentioned in the video. Thank you for watching the video.